Boy Scout Survival, Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. And so Christmas is just a few days away. You know, people are traveling. People are getting their last minute shopping, wrapping presents, going to the grocery store, getting the food, you know, just getting everything in place, the final touches. I saw this one guy, he, was in the Christmas spirit and he flew a powered parachute through a Dallas neighborhood, right? A propeller powered parachute. Anyway, he's dressed as the Grinch here, you see, and buzzing through a little Dallas neighborhood. And I'm just going to say this, like, don't do that if you're from where I'm from, because these rednecks will think you're Hamas and go get their duck gun. Anyway, so speaking of Hamas, there was an insurrection yesterday at the Capitol. And, it was the Free Palestine protesters. Now, the thing is, why aren't they saying this is worse than 9/11, Pearl Harbor? And, where are the impeachments? I guess because they weren't Trump supporters, it's okay.
No more weapons, no more war. Freedom's what we're fighting for. Not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes.
So speaking of the Democrat double standard, Hunter Biden, Fox News reported that he's currently at the White House, and this was after he was spotted exiting Air Force One. Marine One. He was not on the White House passenger manifest, so they try to keep it a secret. And this is while he's defying a congressional subpoena. Check this video out.
The first family's return from Delaware on Marine One, and my colleague Peter Ducey noticed someone hop off the chopper who was not on the passenger list the White House gave us, Hunter Biden. So Hunter is apparently here at the White House after defying a congressional subpoena while being indicted and facing a maximum of 17 years behind bars on the financial crimes, plus another 25 on the gun charge.
So, yeah. No one cares because Democrat double standard. He's literally defying a congressional subpoena. Now, I want to put this into perspective for you. If Hunter Biden had invested the $872,000 in Bitcoin instead of blowing it on hookers and cocaine in 2018, he would have $9,846,000 today. So anyway, I'm sure most of you guys have heard that Trump has been removed from the 2024 state ballot of Colorado, citing the 14th Amendment. And this is what an actual attack on democracy looks like, guys. This is the first time in history that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment has been used to disqualify a presidential candidate. They're saying that the January 6th insurrection, they're calling it, disqualifies him. Section 3 states that no person shall hold any office that has engaged in an insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Donald Trump has never been found guilty of any crime ever. Most certainly he hadn't been convicted of insurrection. But the Trump campaign did come out with a statement here. I'll read it to you. Unsurprisingly, the all-Democrat appointed Colorado Supreme Court has ruled against President Trump supporting a Soros-funded left-wing group scheme to interfere in an election on behalf of crooked Joe Biden by removing the president's name from the ballot and eliminating him the rights of the Colorado voters to vote for the candidate of their choice. Democrat Party leaders are in the state of the paranoia over the growing dominant lead President Trump is amassed in the polls. They have lost faith in the failed Biden presidency and are now doing everything they can to stop the American voters from throwing them out of office next November. The Colorado Supreme Court issued a completely flawed decision tonight, and we will swiftly file an appeal to United States Supreme Court and concurrent requests for a stay of the deeply undemocratic decision. We have full confidence that the U.S. Supreme Court will quickly rule in our favor and finally put an end to these un-American laws. This is truly a threat to our democracy. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy has come out and said that he pledges to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump is allowed to be on the ballot. And I demand that Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, and Nikki Haley do the same immediately, or else they are tacitly endorsing this illegal maneuver, which will have disastrous consequences for our country. He's absolutely right. I think that's I think he's probably trying to get some kind of position within Trump, maybe vice president or something like that. But it's true. We'll see if these neocons want to uphold, and take care of their fellow GOP candidates. We'll see where they fall. Anyway, the big news, I'm sure most of you guys have heard this, is Jeffrey Epstein. We've been asking for this forever, but federal district court judge Loretta Preska has just ruled to unseal the secret court documents that name 177 people who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein, set for release in the first days of 2024. My big question is, how long will this lady stay alive? You got to ask. She may get Epstein as well. No one, I showed you a video of Dick Durbin the other day, acting like he didn't even know anything about it. A lot of high profile people, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, a lot of people have been involved in this. I did a very thorough video of the Epstein connection to the Mossad a few weeks ago. And if you haven't seen that, I will pin the pin comment below. I will put the video link, so you need to go watch it, because I think that there are much more to this than just some billionaires. I think there's some very powerful, important people, as you probably do too. But at what cost will they do to protect their names? Will they start World War III? In my opinion, I think so. I think they would do whatever. They will destroy and burn everything down before their names are revealed on here, because there are a lot of powerful people, a lot of people in positions and wealthy people that are going to be connected to this. And you have to ask yourself, him being a Mossad agent himself, and apparently the plot is he's the honey trap. So he would get these high profile people. He had cameras all around his compound on Epstein Island, and would film these things, right? He would then turn it over there to Israeli intelligence, and they would use that to leverage things. That is what is said. I believe it, because, usually where there's smoke, there's fire. And why is the info now being leaked? Maybe because the war in Israel, Mossad actually just leaked the other day that the sex tape that was filmed in the Senate by the guy I talked about a few days ago. Apparently, Israeli intelligence released that as well. Apparently, they had it. And whenever that kid was at a Free Palestine protest and was yelling "Free Palestine" or something like that, or he was maybe it was in a Senate setting and he yelled "Free Palestine," they released the information that's came out. That's verifiable. So you have to ask yourself, how many of these people that have been being controlled by Israeli intelligence, that now, because maybe they sided with the wrong team for this war, and now their names are being leaked. But, I have to ask, because since 8% of the Jeffrey Epstein, and well, only 8%, but 8% of Jeffrey Epstein client list is going public, I'm going to ask, why in the hell was Stephen Hawking on Jeffrey Epstein's island, right? These photos were reportedly taken in March of 2006, which is shortly before Epstein was first charged with sex crimes against minors. Stephen Hawkins. Photos of Stephen Hawkins on Jeffrey Epstein's island, subject of a new court order. Surfaced in the media. Yeah, I have to ask. Weird, huh? The physicist will photograph on the pedophile's island where Prince Andrew is alleged to have sex with a teenage slave. Well, yeah. But I guess what I would like to have is a reasonable answer as to why they're only releasing 177 names and not all of them. Who's being protected? They're also saying that the list is being controlled by JP Morgan Bank. Interesting, right? There's a lot of dots to connect here. And I feel like, as time goes on, we're going to see more and more deep things, more and more disgusting things align with this. And how many people are under the thumb of various foreign intelligence agencies because they were involved in some kind of pedo honey trap. But Who knows? All I know is that it's taking this long, and nobody's saying anything about it. Why didn't Trump, try to get the names released? A lot of questions to be asked. And another question is, why is Trump being indicted before anybody on Epstein's list? I mean, I saw the MMA fighter, I forget his name, that was actually walking out on stage with a shirt that said that the other day. So yeah, there's a lot of questions to be asked. Anyhow, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I do want to know your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments below. Wild times we're in, guys. Anyway, if you're traveling, have safe travels. If you're listening to this, you're part of the resistance. Stay frosty, stay strapped, and most importantly, always stay dangerous. Take care.